What if the smallest change becomes the biggest turning point of your life? What if everything you're searching for, striving for, waiting for, is already here, hidden inside you, just a breath away? Sometimes all it takes to turn the world on its head is not an overhaul, not a grand gesture, but one tiny, quiet shift. One gentle choice. One whisper instead of a roar. There's a story we all slip into. Wake up, check the phone, drift through the day, half awake, chasing the list, turning up the volume on things that don't truly matter. Routine becomes an invisible cage, familiar, almost comfortable, even as it quietly drains our spark. That was my life. Predictable, safe, and missing something crucial. Every day looked the same, as if painted in slightly different shades of grey. I woke up with urgency, not excitement, but the unrelenting push to do more, be more, prove more, solve more. My hands were always busy, always scrolling, always grasping for something that felt just out of reach. Social feeds blinked with updates, but none of them filled the silence in my own heart. Surrounded by noise, I felt invisible, connected, but deeply unseen. There, in the whirlwind of daily shoulds and endless to-do lists, I accepted emptiness as normal. I whispered to myself, this is just life. This is just how it is. But deep inside, a quieter voice, one I'd ignored for years, began to stir. Maybe you're just missing something simple, it said. Maybe there's another way. It didn't start with a major event. No flame out, no sudden epiphany. It began with a single, unnoticed morning. A small fracture in routine, the kind that could disappear without trace if you blinked. The alarm went off. My hand reached for my phone out of habit, craving that jolt of distraction. But this time, I paused. Instead, unsure of why, I simply placed my hand over my chest. It was odd. It felt almost foolish. But I closed my eyes and asked myself, how are you really? Not the answer I'd give a colleague or a friend, not the reflexive fine or tired or busy. I just waited, curious, expectant. For the first time in a long time, I listened, not to the outside world, but to the quiet within. That was all. No fireworks, no sudden tears, just a whisper, just presence. But in that split second, something uncoiled inside me. I met myself as I was, without judgment, without the pressure to fix or change, just with gentle attention. And that one, almost invisible act became the tiny hinge on which my whole life began to swing. After that morning, the change didn't come all at once. It unfolded in small moments. Instead of waking up to rush, I woke up to check in. Sometimes it was uncomfortable. Sometimes I didn't want to feel what waited below the surface, the fatigue, the tangled hopes, the little bruises of disappointment or worry. But each day, the act of asking, how am I, really, became a habit. Soft at first, then firmer, more honest, more caring. Suddenly, my days became less about hustling, more about tuning in. I noticed how I walked. Did I stomp and hurry, or could I step gently with intention? I paid attention to the inner chatter I'd long ignored. Where before I'd berate myself for smallest slip, now I caught myself and softened the voice. It's okay. Try again. I stopped chasing peace like it was something on a mountaintop, far away. Instead, I saw that I could choose it, moment by moment, breath by breath, wherever I stood. Outside, everything looked the same. The news was still noisy, the calendar still full. Conflicts and worries and waves of life kept coming, as they always had. But inside, stillness began to blossom, a sanctuary I'd never known existed. Not a void, but the gentle, steady hum of being present, awake, and truly alive. I want to be clear. This wasn't magic. This wasn't the universe rearranging itself for my benefit, wasn't some secret unlocked that made all my problems tumble away. I didn't land a new job. I didn't relocate to a sun-drenched city. I didn't gain thousands of new followers overnight. On the outside, not much had changed at all. But inside, I shifted the way I spoke to myself, the words I chose, the tone that echoed in the quiet moments. Where once there was criticism, now there was encouragement. Where there was doubt, now there was gentle questioning, curiosity, kindness. That single, simplest shift, tuning the voice within, recalibrated everything. Because as it turns out, it's not the outside world that shapes your life the most. It's the stories you tell yourself. The tone of your inner dialogue forms the lens through which you see, experience, and interpret everything around you. If I could go back and tell my old self one thing, it wouldn't be advice about hustling harder, or being more disciplined, or waiting for the world to give me permission. It would be this: the way you speak to yourself is the foundation of your reality. Change that, and you change everything that flows from it. So now, let me ask you, with all the gentleness, hope, and honesty I can muster, what if today is the day you make your tiny shift? Not tomorrow, not on some magical someday when you have more time, more money, more courage. Today, right now, here, in this ordinary moment, wherever you are. Maybe your shift is pausing before you reach for your phone in the morning. Maybe it's taking a breath before you react, or asking yourself a different question. Maybe it's swapping a harsh word for a kind one, a rumination for gratitude, a spiral for stillness. Whatever it is, let it be small, let it be gentle, let it be just yours. Sometimes the beginnings that change us forever aren't explosive, visible to the world, or worthy of headlines. Sometimes the greatest revolutions slip in quietly, a whisper, not a scream, a single drop that ripples outwards, transforming everything it touches. If any part of this story struck a chord, touched something inside you, don't let it be just another idea that fades with the next scroll or distraction. Let it be the seed of your own shift. Share it with your loved ones, with those who need hope, with the parts of yourself waiting for permission. If there's a tiny shift you're ready to make, name it. Write it in the comments. My shift today is, please subscribe channel. Use your words to inspire someone who may be one whisper away from their turning point. And if this feels like a place where you can return, a space to be reminded, encouraged, and gently nudged awake, even when the world gets loud, know that I'll be here, whispering, cheering you on every single day. Because sometimes changing your life really does begin with a single small shift, the kind that the world might miss. But you'll never be the same. So what's your tiny shift?